Welcome back to Celah Belajar channel, and today we're going to discuss still about IELTS writing. So here you go. So first, we are still talking about IELTS writing. In previous video, we discussed about pie chart and table. So now we're going to discuss line graph and bar chart. Okay, why do I combine the two questions together in one video? Because they have similarities, especially in the phrases that you can use to describe the trends. Okay, so this the type of questions that we're going to discuss in our series. So first line graph and bar chart, and then pie chart and table, and map and process. Okay, now have a look at line graph. So this is the example of questions that you will have in your test later. Okay, this one is quite simple because it only consists of 3 lines, which maybe you may have more than 3 lines in your test, but the process is the same. So before I go on to the model answers, I will give you some strategies to write IELTS Writing Task 1, and these strategies can be applied for all kinds of different questions in Writing Task 1. Okay, so basically this is the structure that you have to use in your answers later. Okay, jadi yang nanti saya kasih itu hanya kerangka pemikirannya aja. Nanti kalian harus nanti bisa kita bahas, kita breakdown contoh-contohnya seperti apa. Okay, but before we go to that strategy, let's have a look at the question again. So this is the question, and then this is the sample answer. Okay, sample answers consist of 4 paragraphs. Look at the first paragraph. It's really short. It only consists of 2 sentences because what you have to write in paragraph 1 is, have a look at the strategies. Paraphrase the question statement using just 1 or 2 sentences. So that's what we are doing in the model answer. Okay, now look at paragraph 2. Overview paragraph. So that's only the summary of statement 1 and statement 2 and the outline sentence, which is how you will continue your writing in paragraph 3 and 4, like that. Let's have a look at the model answer again. So overall, that's the sign word for overview or summary, right? So as you can see, whereas, blah, blah, blah. Whereas is showing a contrast, yeah? So something different there. And the last paragraph that we have to pay attention to, significant features are discussed in the following paragraphs. That's an important sentence there because it shows you how the writing will continue, how you will discuss the rest in the next 2 paragraphs. Okay, now look at the body paragraph 1. First major point, second major point. So second major point, it's debatable, but 1 major point is okay. But then if you have 2, meaning that you have wider perspective and more critical thinking skill. Okay, extension sentence, usually you compare between the lines, between the data, and extension sentence 2. You can add some exceptional features, or you can give supporting statements, yeah, but not your opinion. All right, do not state any opinion in this writing task. All right. Okay, though its production went through ups and downs, petroleum was always the largest, blah, 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 blah. Look at the last sentence. Eventually, in 2000, it ended up with producing the lowest level among the 3 major fuels. So basically, it's like the end of the discussion there about the first and the second major points. Okay, now look at the strategy again. Body paragraph 2. Exceptional features. Because in the data, there will not always be same features, like same trend. There will be 1 exception or 2 exceptions. So that's what you have to mention in the body paragraph 2. Okay? Okay, let's have a look at the answer, the model answer. Okay. On the other hand, natural gas never experienced decline in this whole period. So the previous paragraph shows a fluctuation, but then 1 line is stable or steady. So it shows in the gas, Yeah, when you look at the question again, the guess one is the most stable one. Okay, so that's how you have to write your writing task one. The strategies will be there the whole time, so just pause your video there and then analyze the model answers and see the examples of the structure from the model answer. I discussed it a bit with you, but then you might want to try to evaluate more on the answers, okay? Try to do another analysis so you know better and you understand more about the structure that I told you, okay? Moving on to bar chart. So basically, the structure of this video will be the same. I will show you the question, the sample question, and then I'll show you the model answer and the strategies. Bear in mind that the strategies can be applied to all different question types in writing task 1. So the strategies will be the same as the line graph in this bar chart. Okay, have a look at the question. So this is the question. It's about waste collected by a recycling center. Look at the year, look at the data. Is it static or dynamic? Remember, because it's going to be different if it's static and if it's dynamic. So basically, when it is static, the language will almost be the same with pie charts. So you show the audience or the examiner about the percentage of something, the amount of something, like that, instead of the progress, okay? But in this chart, is it static or dynamic? Yes, it's dynamic, yeah, because it's from 2011 to 2015, so it's dynamic. Now, have a look at the model answer. Okay, again, the first one, you still remember, the first paragraph is paraphrase the question statements. And here, there are two sentences that paraphrasing the question statements. Okay, second paragraph is the overview or the summary of everything. Okay, you don't have to go into details. Actually, you cannot go into details in this part. So just the summary of the bar graph, okay? And then the third paragraph would be the first main features and the second main features if you have second main features. But if you want to discuss only one, that's fine, but it will be better if you have two again, yeah? And the last one is the exception, something different from the one in your previous paragraph. That's how you do it. That's how you arrange. That's how you organize your writing, okay? But bear in mind, when you do the writing task 1, do not use any opinion, okay? Do not state any opinion. Don't say because, let's say, throughout the whole period, the proportional amount of waste collected from all the 4 countries remain the same because there are no increase in population. Like, you don't know that. You don't have that data. Unless there is a data about that, then you can mention it. But if you don't have it, even though it's true, let's say, in real life, you don't mention it. You only have to summarize the data. That's it. That's your task. Okay? Don't go overboard. All right? So this is the strategies. These are the strategies again. You can pause here and then try to analyze the model answer and write your own answer according to this structure with your own words. Okay? And one thing that teachers can do when you are teaching IELTS, one thing that you can do about these strategies and the model answer is that you can have the strategies like this, like the template only, and give it to the students and let them analyze which is which. Like matching them, matching the model answers with these strategies. Okay, so you can have like, okay, so paraphrasing the question sentence, where do you get it? Which line do you get it? What's the sentences? So let them analyze first so they understand the structure and then let them write their own answer. Okay, that's what you can do, matching. So instead of just arranging the model answers, you can also matching the strategies with the model answer. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about is that in this template, in this structure, your first paragraph is just only a paraphrase of the question. Okay, but this is the 4 paragraphs rule. But there's actually another one, which is the 3 paragraphs rule, which you combine the paraphrase question with the overview. So here, the paraphrasing the question sentence is in one paragraph, but in the three paragraphs rule, the first and the second paragraph in this strategy are combined. Okay, so paraphrasing the question and the overview will be in one paragraph, which is paragraph 1. Okay, so in paragraph 1, you can have 3 to 4 sentences. Okay, it's up to you. Both are okay, both are correct, as long as you have all the elements. That's what matters. And don't forget the paragraph, yeah, because sometimes, surprisingly, a lot of people, they forgot to actually use paragraph in their writing. So they write like the whole block, no paragraph, no indentation, no space, line between, nothing. So it's like one paragraph for everything. So don't forget about paragraphing as well, okay? Okay. After you try your answers, after you try to answer the question that I gave you here, you can compare your answer with the model answer and again, evaluate your own writing. Okay, which one that needs to be improved, which one is better than the model answer. Instead of just writing it, you also analyze your own writing, which makes you better actually for the next time you do another practice on writing task 1. Okay, moving on. We're going to the phrases that you can use in dynamic graph or charts. Okay, so there are some jargons or some common phrases and words to be used in describing line graph, charts, or basically trend. So how many different trend that you know? Upward, downward, and stabilized graph or trend, right? Like a stable, balanced charts or graphs. Okay, now I'll give you some of the common words to be used in your own writing, but there are other words out there that you can also use. So here we go. This is the downward verbs. Okay, so basically in trends you will use verbs or nouns, and these are for downward trends. You can use these verbs. Okay, and for the nouns, you can use these nouns. Next is the upward verbs. These are the most common upward verbs, but there are other upward verbs and nouns as well. So these are the nouns. Okay, I only include 3, but there are a lot more. Okay. And if it's a stable trend, say it's like nothing changed, then this is what you can say. But again, I only put 3. You can find the other on Google actually. When you want to find similar words, just open thesaurus. Okay, it's THESAURUS. And then find similar words for that, and you will find a bunch of them. And the last one is the speed of change. So other than just the change that you describe, you can also describe the speed of change. Okay, is it rapid? Is it sudden? Is it slow? So what kind of speed that the chart actually have? Okay, and also other than these words and phrases, there are other, for example, you know the speed of change, right? But there are also the inclination, like is it dramatic, you know, dramatic increase, is it slight increase? So there are other words like that that you can use as well. But I don't include it here because it's gonna be really long, so you can go and find it yourself on the internet. That's really easy. The point is, it's not in finding the right words actually, but make sure that it comes naturally in your head later when you do the task. So you don't have to find the words like they're like inside your brain somewhere. So try to use them, try to jot down the words and make sentences from those words. So it's kind of stick to your head on top of your mind, on top of your brain. So it's easy for you to find and recall the words or phrases. Okay, so that's it guys for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel and share the video as well so we can help more people out there. And if you have any questions or suggestions, write it down on the comment section. Alright, bye.